First rule, don't come in my studio if you ugly. Just right off rip, right off the top. That's the number one rule. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my podcast, Wassup with Will. Obviously, I'm Will. Thank y'all for tuning in, watching, listening. However you get this podcast, I'm truly grateful. I can't thank you enough. If this is your first time, this podcast is basically what's going on in my world, my thoughts, my interests, things happening around me, stuff like that. And I want y'all to know about it, so I made a podcast. Here we are. Before we get into what I got for y'all today, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, all that stuff. Any type of engagement, I'm truly grateful for it. I definitely appreciate it. Any type. An update on my podcast. I'm going back to shooting one podcast, so I'm going to be combining the regular podcast and the sports together. I'm just going to put times in it because I was noticing kind of a difference after I split it up. I got more views to my regular podcast, but the people that actually support the sports one, I want to put them in too. I want them to see that too. So I'm just going to make time stamps instead of just leave y'all in the dark, So if you're just coming for sports, I'm going to tell y'all to go here, 26 10 seconds, whatever the case may be. And so just have timestamps, put more effort into it. So just one podcast now. It's going to be one. So there we go. So let's go ahead and get into the show. All right. So they say never lower your standards, right? Choices and preferences are as such, and Mustard clearly stands on that. So he recently came out with a list of, studio booth rules, and they are as follows. This list is crazy. All right, so first rule, don't come in my studio if you ugly. Just right off rip, right off the top. That's the number one rule. This has nothing to do with how you look. It's about the energy you are putting out. Yes, there is such a thing as an ugly attitude and personality. That's a fact. Hey, stay with me here. Stay with them here. So if your energy ain't right, stay your ugly ass at home. Your soul is what's going to shine here. Okay. That's a little tension getter at first, but okay. I understand. If you did not hit the gym today, go the fuck home. All right. That's it. How we gonna spin this one? Let's see. The rule is to motivate. I'm not perfect, but I'm not who I was back then. I'm always trying to better myself. And yes, I hit the gym every day. Okay. You can get that message across, but instead of saying, if you're not hitting the gym, go the fuck home. Not everybody wants to be ripped. Not everybody's trying to lose weight. So there's other ways to better themselves other than hitting the gym every day. But come on, Mustard. You 1 for 2 so far. And post some new pics of me or I will sue your ass for defamation of character. He put LMAO at the end, like, come on now. I can't make this up. We only at number 2. Number 3, do not come in my room just to look at what the fuck I'm doing. Contribute or leave. Okay, I can get with that one. You paid for this time. Don't waste my time. Don't just sit here and do nothing. I got that. No negative Nancy bitch shit. That's number 4. Okay, so that's kind of number 1. All right, whatever. Number 5, be happy to even breathe the same air as a Grammy award-winning $100 million recording selling nigga like me. I'm grateful to do what I love every day. So after all of my accomplishments, this is my attitude. When entering my space, the expectation is that you share the same mindset that I do. Okay. I mean, that's a little godlike, don't you think? But I mean, he has the right messages so far. It's just the way about getting the message from point A to point B. That's kind of, you know, I see how it's ruffling some feathers. Let's just say that. Number 6, high vibes only, no negative shit. Okay, so that's basically number 4. High vibrations in my studio. I don't care what's going on outside the studio. Okay, I can see that too. Number 7, I have no sympathy for lazy niggas. None. I don't either. I'm for that one. Okay. Number 8, do me another favor. Don't do me any favors. All right, I guess it's a little cliche, but whatever. No small talk. My team and I got shit to do. Okay. Damn, you can't ask how your day was? Like, how was the gym? Like, how was this day? Let me chill. Okay. Number 10, before saying dumb shit, my security is armed and he will drag your ass out of here. Mind your business. I mean, damn. What am I doing? Going to boot camp? Like, I guess. But with that being said, there's 2 things I have for things like this. I have 2 rules, just me personally. If you can take it, you can dish it. And number 2, don't make it personal first. If people come at you first with something that's personal, or you hit them back, it's at that point it's no rules. If somebody comes at you personally first, you hit them with the worst shit. I don't care. They want to have this fight. We gonna bring it to them. That's how I look at stuff. And like I said, if you can take it, you can dish it. So apparently he can. So people, you know, are kind of going at him for this. So I mean, hey, if he's going to dish it, that's cool, and he does so far. Look at this video.
I wasn't gonna do it, y'all. I swear to God, I wasn't gonna do it. I swear. Hey, I'm happy to inform you, bro. We're in 2021, and guess what? We're not slaves anymore. Look, guys, he's on a plantation. He got on overalls that's too small and a bull ring in his nose. I'll do it, y'all. I swear to God, I wasn't gonna do it. I gotta read that shit like she said it. She says, he's skinny as he in shape, because I see a double chin on that big ass beard. Look, that picture I just seen? Kill it, bitch. You bitch. You know that easy. No. Now go back to that picture. Y'all see the arms? I bet you she got a barbecue plate that'll knock your motherfucking socks off. I bet you she can cook her ass off. We're gonna let her go though, because we know she got bigger fish to fry, literally. I gotta read that shit like, so what about those childbearing hips? Then went on her caption and said, my little feet. My little feet. Bitch, ain't nothing little about them feet. So what about those child?
Okay, good video. You know, he can dish it like I said. But since then, if you go on to Instagram now, he deleted all his posts and went all black. So take what you will from this whole thing. All right, so topic number 2, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So, a federal jury found R. Kelly guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking case involving a scheme to recruit and sexually abuse women, girls, and boys. Kelly was charged with 1 count of racketeering based on sexual exploitation of children, 8 violations of sex trafficking statute, 8 violations of the Mann Act, as well as kidnapping and forced labor. He faces up to a max 100 years in prison. Wow. The jury handed down the verdict around 3 p.m. on Monday, so yesterday. Now, I understand people can compartmentalize the artist from the human being. I get that, okay. If you still want to bump his music, okay, that's one thing. However, there was really people out here protesting all of the evidence that was gathered against him, from the fingerprints, the testimonies, the timestamps, the income, you know, all that. And they're saying that that was wrong. I mean, there's people, like, let me tell y'all something. This ain't in my notes or nothing, but this is some cult behavior, okay? If you don't know what a cult is, basically, it's like this one person in the cult, basically the head of the cult, they can't do no wrong. Whatever they do, their followers will blindly follow them. Blindly. Like, they can't do no wrong in their eyes. Whatever they do, oh no, they never did that. They all this other stuff. Basically like this. This is cult-like. And this is what he was running basically. He was running basically a cult, a sex cult. And what I think personally, he was wrong. Oh, for sure. Long before 2021, he knew he did wrong. He kept doing it. He didn't get help, and now he's facing the consequences. Even if he did get help after the fact, okay, it's a little sympathy there because you had the conscience to get some help, but he didn't even get help. To my knowledge, he didn't get help. So I have no sympathy for him. I don't feel bad for him at all. I think this is going to be a domino effect, though. Don't think he was doing this by himself. He wasn't the only person in Hollywood that's in this type of stuff. You already got T.I. and Tiny going through what they're going through, but magically that just died down. But yeah, it's more than them three doing this type of stuff. So yeah, I think we're gonna see a domino effect very, very soon. That's just my 2 cents. All right, so we still job shaming in 2021, man. People out here just trying to survive and make it, especially during this pandemic. Like, what's the point about worrying about what somebody else got, somebody else's money? Just get your own. I got your back, Meg. Don't worry, I got you always. Anyway, Meg Thee Stallion claps back at a fan slandering her Nike ads. So recently, she just got a deal with Nike. And, she posted pictures with her in the workout gear, which is okay, it's cool. To promote it, she did a little promo video that has her basically giving a very positive message. That's how I took it. I took it as a very positive message. But somebody else did. Somebody didn't take the message as positive as it should have been, or somebody didn't take the message positively at all. Usually I would play this message, but copyright issues, I got hit with a copyright strike one time with another thing with Meg. So she out here getting her money. My bad. I'm sorry, Meg. I'm sorry, but just go to the profile that I'm about to show you and view it. It's still up there on Twitter. The Twitter account is Stallion on the Chart. And it basically has the video of her, sitting down, and it says Megs for Nike's The Hottie Handbook, Mindfulness with Meg and the Stallion. Basically just, giving some positive, energy, positive stuff, putting positive vibes out there. And then somebody, 7 comments, well not comments, she quote retweets it. Stop following celebrities who speak of mindfulness and vibes constantly. It's all a facade, especially considering their own music's frequency is in the gutter. See through the bullshit, practice discernment, and most importantly, stop being so easily misled. And then she goes on to say, use of profanity during meditation and random noises. Who on earth can meditate to that? Recognize meditation is no game. Learn about the true origin of meditation. This new age rubbish will be your demise if you aren't careful. But as I said, do as you will and do as you please. I care less for your thought pieces on the matter. The actual saying is I couldn't care less. Saying I could care less means that you care, but that's just a pet peeve of mine. I'm sorry. I had to get that out. Anyway, she says one more thing. LMFAO, the quote tweets are hilarious. I care nothing of what you have to say. Continue to listen to your healer, Megan. It's her who will guide you in the time of need. Okay, so if you didn't care, you wouldn't comment. That's another thing I don't really understand, but it is what it is. Yeah, so of course, Meg claps back, rightfully so. And she says, constantly, the message of the video is although you might be going through a hard time, it won't last long. Y'all so fake woke on this app is ridiculous. I don't give a fuck how you feel about my music. It's obviously making someone feel good about themselves. That's what I got from it. That's what I got from that video. You're going through a tough time, you can get through it. It's okay. Stop talking about shit you don't like. Stop talking to people you don't want a response from. Like, duh. That's what I got from it. Like, she wasn't doing nothing wrong. She wasn't, being malicious or anything like that. Some people just want attention. And with people like that 7 girl, people like that just don't even respond. I don't understand why people do that. Like, sometimes I get it, okay, they may be out of order to the extreme, but something like this, I mean, that wouldn't have got a response from me. I'm sorry. That wouldn't have. She clearly just wanted attention. And like, you can do that on Twitter. You can voice your opinion. It don't matter. It's a free, you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. But the motive was clearly her wanting some attention, and she got it from Meg. But just me personally, I wouldn't give it to her. Don't make me a celebrity, man. Alright, so this next topic. Your mental health needs to be prioritized at all times. At anyone's expense, I don't care. Put yourself first. Be selfish. It don't matter. I say this because, Kelly Price has been going through a lot as of late. So she was reported missing by the missing people's database and TMZ. TMZ, they don't get much wrong, if any. So she goes on to say, at some point they lost me, meaning that she died. I woke up a couple days later, and the first thing I remember is the team of doctors standing around me asking me if I knew what year it was. Basically, she died and came back to life from COVID. Like I said, this COVID stuff is serious, man. This COVID stuff is serious. It really is. You never know how it'll hit you. Thank God I have never contacted COVID. If I have, then it just went right through me. I'm happy, but it's different for everybody. Just stay safe. Like I said, she died and came back to life and isolated herself from everyone. I can't imagine how tough that would be. I don't know many people who can attest to something like that, as far as, being pronounced dead and then coming back to life. And, especially from COVID. But I can only imagine you're questioning a lot about life at that point, I would say. A lot of things, being able to process that and dealing with all of that with people around may not be the healthiest thing. So I get where she's coming from and why she wanted to isolate herself. But this wasn't some weekend thing. This wasn't some 2-day thing. This process was months. Like, the last time we heard from her before, I'll tell y'all this final statement that she has before going into solitude. Last time we heard from her was in July. It's almost October. So this has been going on for a long time. And for this to unravel so quickly right now just goes to show how little people really check up on you. So that's why I say, just be selfish. Do what you really want to do. When you do what you want to do, things that you want and people that you want, they'll fall in line. They'll align with you whenever, If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, then you didn't waste your time. That's how I go about life. That's how I look at things. So I'm happy about that. So it is what it is. In her final statement, she goes on to say, "Thank you for your love, concern, and prayers. I truly appreciate them and all of you who sincerely did them. They are not lost on me. I promise. I'm going back into solace and silence where I can first put things first, and that is to be restored and to be healthy and to be whole. Love, Kelly." So that, you got to do what you got to do. Like I said, whatever your mental health requires, do it. At anybody's expense, it don't even matter. If anyone that will challenge you of putting yourself first in something like that, then you don't need them around. All right, so I got a choice for the week today. And I saw this post on Instagram and I was like, oh yeah, I got to do this one. I got to do it. So my favorite rap album of 2021. Now, it shows a picture of all of these albums right here, so I'm gonna pick from this list. And I'm just gonna go with the top 3 because this is my show and I do what I want. So I'm gonna go with top 3. Number 3, I got Faith by Pop Smoke. Now, first I wanna say rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Second, I wanna say, like I said in the other video, I think that they did a disservice to him by putting all of his music out where he has no more music in the vault that's been reported, so he has no more unreleased music. I think that's messed up. However, with this album, I generally enjoyed it. It's gotten mixed reviews from a lot of people, but I generally enjoyed Pop Smoke's Faith album. And what I judge my favorite album of 2021 is what gets the most plays by me. What gets the most plays in the car and on the speaker. Anytime I listen to music, that's a favorite to me. So yeah, that's what I'm categorizing as favorite. So number 3 is Faith. Number 2 is Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler, the Creator. Now, I knew this album was going to be amazing. The music that Tyler creates, first of all, it's not for everybody. Second, people that are actually, sorry, I was looking at something over there that just popped up out of nowhere. But anyway, people that actually listen to his music know that he tells a story every time. It may not be, how everyone else does it. He has his own style, his own lane, of course, but his music is good to me. And I generally enjoyed that album. And number 1, Certified Lover Boy. I mean, come on now. Drake hit a home run with this album. Granted, like I said, when I listen to music, I listen to it without their previous work in mind. So whenever somebody drops a new tape or a new album, a new song or something, I don't judge it based off of what I think is my favorite by them or their previous work. I just take it as it is. So I generally enjoy this album. I didn't compare it to Take Care. I didn't compare any of the songs to the other songs that I like by him. I just took it on its own. And this album was legitimately good. I did like the album. All 3 of these albums I can play through without any skips. So that's the number 1 thing. You can't make it on this list if I gotta skip a song on the album. That's just what it is. So that's my top 3. What's y'all's top 3? Alright, so my entrepreneur spotlight of the week this week. This guy hit me up on TikTok and I didn't even know because, so my TikTok is I can't really send messages or see messages or something like that if I don't follow you. It'll go into like this request. And it just gets buried sometimes. I can't help it. But I signed in again. I was like, oh, I got a, DM, okay, whatever. And he was like, can you share my work, please? So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll share your work. I don't know if he saw my, podcast or not, but I'm not gonna share somebody else's work on my feed, my TikTok feed. But I'll do it in the podcast, of course, no problem. I'll get your views that way, and then I'll post a clip of it. Yeah, sure. So, with that being said, as you can see, he's drawing J. Cole first. He'll draw Kendrick Lamar next, and he's really dope. If you want to follow him, his stuff is in his TikTok, so go give him a follow. It's going to be CamDreddy5150, and that's just his stuff, and he's really dope. Like I said, he has a good eye for art, I think, and he's talented. It's undeniable. Just look at what he's doing. It's good stuff. So all his information, all of his other social media and stuff is in his TikTok. Like I said, CamDreddy5150, CamDretti 5150. Yeah, go give him a follow. Shout out to him. Alright, so my artist of the week this week, Grammy nominated, Grammy award winning, Pulitzer Prize winning, Billboard Music Award winning, MTV and BET award winning artist, Kendrick Lamar, K. Dot, my favorite artist of all time, my downright favorite artist of all time. Right now he's taking TikTok. He's taking over TikTok right now, even though he will be the first to tell you that ain't what he wants to do. But whatever gets him bread, whatever gets him promotion for free, I'm pretty sure he ain't that upset about it. My favorite song by him is Element. It's so many to choose from. I was back and forth with this, but I ultimately chose Element because of a time that I was going through. That song kept playing. I was like, okay, whatever, hey. But going a little deeper, my favorite project by him is To Pimp a Butterfly. And I love all his projects, but this one took me through a real tough time in my life. And I'm definitely gonna be partial to this album because of it. basically like the same as Element, but with this to Pimp a Butterfly, it was a real low time in my life, really low. And it's just a way that this man has with words, with music, that really resonates with me. So I can appreciate and enjoy his music on another level that I can, instead of something like a trap music, like a trap album or something like that. So, you know, it's just, I love the album. And he's my favorite artist. So when it comes down to it, that's all it is to it. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar, my artist of the week, my favorite artist. All right, so before we get into hot or not today, I got what's Will's take. So today's take, this week's take, is friends at work. Now, this is very tricky, okay? Just hear me out on this one. Me personally, I'm 26, okay? So all of my jobs before right now and in the future have been filler jobs. There's no way I'm standing at McDonald's or a restaurant or something like that for long term. Maybe I could have Walgreens, but I moved, but it is what it is. So shout out to them. I love those jobs, by the way. Don't get me wrong, I loved them, but a long-term thing, you don't really, that just wasn't it. Like I said, maybe Walgreens, maybe Tilly's, but anyway. So, having friends at work, please be careful doing this. Please be careful. Please. It's just, me personally, I do not mix business with friendships or relationships or something like that. Never, ever. One thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. Remember, you're making money at this place. So be careful what you're sharing with people, how you're sharing with people, and what you're getting yourself into. Like, a little story time, whatever the case may be. So, unnamed job, one of my previous jobs, unnamed people, I'm not gonna do it. She was in a relationship with this dude. She just moved here. So she was in a relationship with this dude. The dude at work was, you know, not really the relationship type, you know, cliche story, blah, blah, blah. And she ends up getting pregnant by this dude, okay? Mind you, the age gap is ridiculous. I'm talking like 50s and barely 20. I don't even think she turned 20 yet, but 50s, didn't even turn 20 yet. I think she was 19. And she got pregnant by him. And the reason why he wasn't the relationship type, because number one, he had a wife. Well, he had two wives. And number two, a lot of times with older men and younger women, the older man isn't really looking for something long term, you know. So it just wasn't gonna work out. So she ends up having the baby. His ex-wife comes and they start, you know, fussing, fighting, like, why you do the blah blah blah, like just getting into it. And it's just like, all this could have been avoided, you know, if the end result was just a child. Like, people really need to understand the signs that are given to you, not making the signs, you know. If you see a red flag, only with time with that person, the red flag is gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better. So seeing all those signs that he has a different woman around him every day, and he, you know, saves his numbers, is like, save people's numbers in his phone as literal numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like an emoji or something. Like, come on now. That man is not getting in a relationship. So it's just like, things at work, you don't want to mix with your money. I have stories for days about this. I'll say one more story in a little bit, but it's just like, making sure you're good financially should be the number one thing about work. Not make friends, not to, get wrapped up in all this other stuff with other people. No, that will get you. That'll get you in some bad situations. The next one is when these two girls are like best friends ever since I seen them at this job, and they were inseparable. They never, were apart. But one of them got promoted. So one of them got promoted to like a supervisor role. So basically, she's hiring and firing people at this point. So the girl, the other one that didn't get promoted, she wasn't jealous or anything, but she was doing stuff that they were still doing together, but by herself. So the stuff that was against like company policy and stuff that she really didn't have a partner in crime with anymore. She was by herself. So the supervisor was like, hey, I know we should do this, and this together. I'm not gonna say what they did. I know we should do this, and this together. You need to chill because, if I see it, I'm gonna have to fire you. She said, oh, you ain't gonna fire me. We cool, whatever. Like, I talked to both of them. Like, I'm cool with both of them. Even still to this day, I'm cool with both of them. But, I'm talking to the girl that was supervisor. I'm like, hey, I don't know what you're gonna do. Like, you got to tell her at some point, like, hey, you can't be doing this no more. And I'm telling the girl that didn't get promoted, like, hey, you better chill, because if she catch you, then you're done, you're fired, and you need this job. Like, that's just what it is. But she didn't listen to me. She kept doing the thing. She called her one day and she had to fire her. So, I mean, you gotta keep your job first. And if that means firing somebody or getting ahead of somebody, they may get jealous. The person that gets ahead, they may have like, some jealousy, some envy, some all that stuff. And they don't want to see you succeed. They want you to be right there with them the whole time, going up, if they even go up. You don't want someone like that anyway. But people at the job, at the workplace, they're thinking money first. That's just what it is. The money comes before a friendship, and it should. Listen, you look out for yourself for a job. But like I said, those were filler jobs. But jobs that I'm like getting into as I get older, these are the type of jobs I'm just gonna stay long term for. So me personally, I'm gonna let my guard down just a little bit, for that area. Just a little bit. But, having a job is like, okay, being older is going to be like something that's more of your interest instead of just a filler job like McDonald's or something like that. Nothing against McDonald's, but come on, we know that's mostly a filler job. So if I'm trying to get into an industry that's my interest, like sports or something, yeah, I'm going to be more inclined to be friends with them, but still have a guard up. I wouldn't have that, I wouldn't have that kind of loose guard at McDonald's. That's all I'm saying. So put your money first. Especially for a job that you don't see yourself as long-term, and people there don't see themselves long-term. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's go. We get into hot or not now. So I got shoe collaborations and music. So I'm gonna go with the music first. NBA YoungBoy, Sincerely Control. Now, listen, I'm not really a big fan of this guy. I'm sorry. He has a few songs that I like, but I can't deny the numbers. I can't. With no promotion, basically, his album's doing numbers, and it's hot. I gotta give it to him. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of him, but I can't argue with the numbers. So just by that perspective, it gets a hot for me. And I can't last a couple songs I like on the album. Not really many as a whole, but if it's being played, I wouldn't be particularly mad at it. That's all I'm gonna say. G-Eazy, These Things Happen Too. Now, I'm kind of a fan of G-Eazy's, and this album definitely surprised me. It did. This album surprised me. I'm gonna give it a hot because, number one, his flow is pretty dope. Anybody that knows me, flow on a beat is the number one thing that I look for. Okay? If it's not there, okay, whatever the case may be, other things better hit. But the flow on top of a beat, that's it. G-Eazy has a good flow on top of a beat. And you know, his message ain't on the level of like Ace Hood, Kendrick Lamar, somebody like that, but you know, he tells his life, and that's all you can really ask for. So I'm gonna give him a hot. The album was pretty dope. So let's go to these collaborations right quick. So the Thrasher and Supreme collab is dropping soon, and I gotta say, I'm not feeling it. I'm not. The only one I'm really feeling are the shorts, and I'm not really a shorts type of guy, but I do like the shorts though. So yeah, I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, the people like it though. That's all I can say. The people like it though. The votes got it at 100%. So that's it. On the shoes, the Bape collection. So the Bape collection, the street hybrids, they released 9/18, and okay, I got mixed reviews on this one. The only ones that I really like are the one with the lime green on it. All the other ones are just okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna give it a nod, because off of a collection, I need at least 80% of it to be how I feel about the lime green ones. At least 80%. So it wasn't, and that's all I could say about it. It just wasn't. The people on my Instagram voted 44% thumbs up, and I think that's a little bit. I think that's a little bit generous, honestly. Yeah, like I said, these really weren't it for me. So I'ma just move on with them. The Zig Kinetica 2 Edge Gore-Texes. So these are the Reebok boots, and I think these are hot. I kind of like these Reebok boots. I'm not really a big Reebok guy, other than the answers and the questions. Shout out to Allen Iverson. But yeah, these boots are kind of dope. Oh, and the Kamikazes, and yeah, the Kamikazes. So I kind of, I kind of like these boots. I would get these. I honestly would get these. The people on my Instagram, 29% thumbs up. And listen, y'all being disrespectful. Y'all are being disrespectful. Honestly, I really like these. I can't believe y'all don't like these, man. The next are the Adidas Surrealists Ozara Silhouettes. Excuse me if I pronounced that O name wrong. But like I said, I kind of like these. I'm gonna give these a hot. I like these. I like the color. I like the little tag on the front. And 57% of my followers gave it a thumbs up. I think that number needs to be a little higher. Y'all being real disrespectful today, and I don't appreciate that. I don't at all. The Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows. Now, like I keep saying, I'm not a big Jordan 1 fan. I'm not a big low shoe fan, but every shoe that not every shoe, I'd say about maybe 80% of the ones and 80% of the lows that they released since maybe March have been fire. I don't understand. Am I a fan now? I don't know. I'm gonna give them a hot. And 86% of my followers said that these are hot. So, this overwhelming majority, and y'all are finally being respectful to some shoes, and I really appreciate that. Next are the Go the Extra Smile Air Force Ones. These are a not for me, I'm sorry. These are not. I don't like the brown at the bottom. I don't like the smile at the side. I don't like the yellow. I don't like the color. I don't like it. 100% of my followers said that, yeah, these are good. I'm not for these. I'm sorry. These ain't it. These ain't it, Nike. I'm sorry. You gotta do better than that. I don't like the bottom. I don't like that material at the bottom. How they got that brown. It's like a different type of brown. It's I don't like it. I just don't like it. Now, the Monster Inc. and Adidas collab. These shoes, okay, I only like the blue ones out of all of them. That's the only ones I like. The blue shoes. The orange ones, no. Green ones, no. And those other Adidas ones, like the blue, white, and pink ones, And they said, my followers said it's 60% thumbs up. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm gonna just give these a nod because like I said, you gotta have the overwhelming majority of a collab for me to make it hot. And having one just ain't gonna do it for me. And last but not least, the Thunder 4s. These are definitely hot. I love 4s. I love the red and black in it. These are just beautiful. That's all I can say. These are just beautiful. And 71% of my followers think that these are beautiful too. And you know, I'm gonna side with the overwhelming majority here. So yeah, definitely think Jordan is doing something this year. They're releasing a lot of good shoes. A lot of good shoes being released, period. But you know, I think Jordan's stepping up this year with a lot of different type of colorways. So I'm here for it. All right, everybody, so now we get into the sports section. So all of the other people that were watching, you know, just the regular stuff, the pop culture, basically stuff, I thank you for watching. And, you know, stick around for the sports. You may learn something here too. But, you know, if that's all you came for, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care. Have a good one. So let's go ahead and get to this sports, my favorite stuff. I love sports. So without further ado, the first topic is going to be, let's get into some basketball stuff before I get into the football. Since it's actually football season, it's a lot of stuff to talk about with football. So basketball, let's just go ahead and get into it. The first thing on basketball, Russell Westbrook reportedly wanted Bradley Beal to ask out of Washington with him. So me being a Wizards fan, this kind of rubs me the wrong way that much, just a little bit. Why? Because these two are superstars. I want to see Bradley Beal win a ring. I want to see him win a ring here. But I don't think that's going to happen. I like Russell Westbrook. I want to see him win a ring. I wanted to see him win a ring here, but I didn't think that was going to happen. So get your money, go get a ring. Both of you. As bad as I want Bradley Beal to stay, as bad as I wanted Russell Westbrook to stay, I just knew it wasn't going to happen. Don't delay the inevitable. Bradley Beal, I love that you want to stay here in Washington and help us win. But it's a superstar-driven league. We need more than just you on the court, man. We need more than just you. I understand. I thank you for all your service and stuff. But if you're gonna leave, man, just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go ahead and go. I don't want to have you here hostage. I thank you. Wizards Nation thanks you. We all thank you for what you did, you and John Wall. But man, it ain't happening. I hope it does, but it just don't look good to me so far. All right, so Ben Simmons is done in Philadelphia. I knew this was coming. You know, the brief partnership with 76ers star has apparently run its course, and the major factor in the trade request has been, you know, Doc Rivers saying that he can win without him, or he doesn't know if he can win with him, rather, and the whole team basically putting the loss on him in Game 7, Ben Simmons' fault, which it kind of was, but, you know, nonetheless, if you're not going to stay in that environment if you're Ben Simmons, which I understand. So, I mean, Adrian Wojnarowski says 76ers star Ben Simmons will not report for the opening of training camp next week and intends to never play another game for the franchise. Simmons hasn't spoken to the team since a late August meeting when he communicated this message. Simmons is clearly aware of sanctions available to organization to fine and suspension, including withholding of salary, but so far, Simmons appears willing to carry out the plan of forcing his way to a new team. Sixers have yet to find a trade they are willing to make for him. So, basically, what this is Simmons obviously has a contract with the 76ers. If he does not show up to training camp, doesn't show up to preseason games, doesn't show up to regular season games, that money will get taken away from him. It's a part of his contract, which he understands and says he is willing to not get paid to play somewhere else. Do you know how mad you have to be to not get paid $1 million in 4 games? 4 games. He will be missing $250,000 each game, is reported. 4 games, he's missing $1 million. Do you know how mad you have to be to say, yeah, I'm not gonna play for y'all. I'm not gonna do that. $250 down the drain each time. That's insane. And he's willing to sit it out. The Sixers are willing to not pay him. They're at a stalemate right now. So what are they gonna do? Only time will tell. Now for the biggest news in football. We're starting out with Tua to miss at least 3 games after being placed on injured reserve. Now, Tua's injury prone, man. It's hard to say. It's hard to say otherwise. Tua's injury prone. I think the Dolphins really messed up in hindsight by not picking Justin Herbert over Tua. Me personally, I would have picked Justin Herbert at 3 over Tua, because just by the background, alone, injury history, number 1. Number 2, Alabama quarterbacks have always been bad. I mean, name an Alabama quarterback that has been good. Literally every other position in Alabama, you can take them. Doesn't even matter. You won't be questioned. But quarterback? I mean, Mark Sanchez is... not Mark Sanchez. Greg McElroy, AJ McCarron, Tua. Jalen seems like he's going to be okay. Just okay, but what type of bar is okay? Man. Next, I'm a quarterback. My kicker, Justin Tucker, 66-yard field goal. A record-breaking 66-yard field goal. Are you kidding me? We should have lost that game. We should be 1-2 right now. We should be 1-2. But Justin Tucker in Detroit. Listen, this man kicks anything in Detroit. Okay? He told me he might get a house out there just to, fuck with him. Justin Tucker is that guy. He's the best kicker of all time. He's already on the Hall of Fame. We know that. But it's crazy how that ball went in. I wish I could show you all this stuff, but sports has such a tight leash on copyright stuff that I can't. But man, go look it up. Just go look it up. The kick was crazy. We should have lost that game. Cowboys right tackle La'el Collins tried to bribe the NFL drug test collector, so that's how he got his 5 games. So it was reported that he had 2 games in the bag. Boom, already done. He would have been playing this week. It was just for 1-2, I believe. 2 and 3. He would have been playing this week coming up, but no, 5 weeks because he tried to bribe the drug test person. Come on, man. Don't give Stephen A. Smith any more ammo. Please don't. Don't give Stephen A. Smith no more ammo, Cowboys. Y'all are playing really good this year. Y'all look like a legitimate threat to beat the Rams or the Buccaneers in the NFC. A serious threat. Don't mess this up, Cowboys. Don't give Stephen A. Smith no more ammo. And last but not least, Aaron Rodgers said the 49ers were his top choice in the offseason, period, when he was going through all that stuff he's going through. Listen, Aaron Rodgers on the 49ers, they're winning the Super Bowl. They're winning the Super Bowl. If healthy, they're winning the Super Bowl. Their defense is better than the Packers. Granted, the Packers' defense is not bad. It's top 10, I'd say about 8, 9-ish. But the Niners defense healthy, it's top 5. It's top 5. They would have been in the playoffs. They would have been contending with the Bucs or the Rams. The Rams looking good this year too, man. But let's go ahead and get into this the season schedules and stuff. All right, so rapid fire. Let's go. We're gonna go through the week 3 the games and the week 3 games and then the scores, and then I'm gonna give a little analysis on both teams, and then I'm gonna go into week 4 right after this. So let's go ahead and start rapid fire. Panthers 24, Texans 9. Shout out to the Panthers. I think the Panthers are going to be a really good team this year. So Panthers fans have something to look forward to for the future. I don't think they're going to win, go deep in the playoffs this year, but I think they'll make it. Sam Darnold is the truth. Y'all finally got a quarterback. I'm happy for y'all. And the Texans, they just need to blow it up. I'm sorry. That whole organization just has a dark cloud over it with the Deshaun Watson stuff. Even before then, he wanted to leave. So just blow it up. Chargers and the Chiefs. Chargers 30, Chiefs 24. Shout out to the Chargers. I think they're going to turn a corner this year, and I think they're going to make a playoff run. I think they're going to go in the playoffs, maybe win a wild card game, maybe the divisional too. But as far as, them going in the right direction, I think they are. Shout out to the Chiefs. They're 1-2 right now, but they'll bounce back. They're the Chiefs. They're Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Of course, they're going to bounce back. They need to get that defense good, though. Cardinals and Jaguars. Cardinals 31, Jaguars 19. The Jaguars are just on a road to nowhere. They need to blow up their front office and get better people. They haven't been competitive in a long time, and I don't see them being competitive in the future. They're wasting Trevor Lawrence's career. Urban Meyer needs to go. I don't know why he was hired in the first place, but he just needs to go. The Cardinals have made a turn. I'm happy for the Cardinals. I think they're going to go deep in the playoffs this year. I'm predicting NFC Championship. They need to get there. Come on, the Cardinals. I know the Bucks in there, I know the Rams in there, but come on, Cardinals. At least a division. NFC Championship, get there, but at least a division. Root for you, Cardinals. Bears and Browns. Bears 6, Browns 26. Now, another organization needs to blow it up is the Bears. I don't know what they're doing. I never knew what they were doing. They've had personnel over the years. They just didn't have the coaching, didn't have the front office, didn't have the owner to make necessary moves. And the moves that he made were idiotic, trading up for Mitchell Trubisky. I don't think Mr. Trubisky's bad, but I don't think he's number 2 worthy or number 3, whatever he went. He could have stayed there and got him. No one was reaching for him, but I'm glad they got Justin Fields. But they're gonna waste him too. What was that? What was that on Sunday? What the hell was that, Matt Nagy? Come on now. The Browns. Shout out to the Browns. They're really scary. The Browns are going to be scary this year and for years to come. I hate saying that as a Ravens fan, but it's definitely going to be true. So here we are. Bills 43, Washington 21. Shout out to the Bills for taking care of business of what they needed to do. And that's to beat a team that has no business beating them. And for Washington, y'all are really disappointing me this year. I thought y'all were going to take the next step. Taylor Heineke, granted, he's the guy instead of Ryan Fitzpatrick. I thought he was going to be the guy over Fitzpatrick anyway. I don't believe in Fitzpatrick. I believe in Heineke a little more, not even saying because he's ODU. Shout out to ODU. But yeah, I just believe that you got to start young and then build them up. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, you know what he's going to give you. So y'all didn't really have a high ceiling anyway. But the Bills, like I said, they did what they needed to do and beat up on an opponent that had no business beating them. Shout out to them. Titans and Colts. Titans 25, Colts 16. The Titans are looking pretty bad, honestly, in my opinion. They should be wiping the floor with these people, honestly. Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown. Granted, A.J. Brown's hurt, but Tannehill's turning the ball over too much for me right now. And I think that's going to be a problem in the long term, in the future. So, and the Colts are just the Colts. I thought they were going to be okay. But Carson Wentz and everybody just going down. Just don't expect anything from the Colts. They're trying to trade Marlon Mack now too. It's just a disaster in Indianapolis. I'm sorry, Colts fans. Saints and Patriots. The Saints are going up and down. Saints won 28-13 against the Patriots. Saints are going up and down. 1 week, Jameis is amazing. Next week, Jameis sucks. Next week, Jameis is amazing again. So next week, week 4, Jameis is probably going to be bad. We never know. But most likely he won't be this according to the past. So the Patriots, they're about to, their next game. We'll talk about it, but yeah. Sorry, Patriots. Falcons and the Giants. The Falcons actually got a win. Shout out to the Falcons. It was against the Giants, so the Giants don't even win games. They find ways to lose games, and they succeed in that. So I have no expectations for the Giants. I thought they were going to actually be good this year, but Daniel Jones is not the answer. Go get another quarterback. Shout out to the Falcons for actually trying to find a way to win a game, and they did. So good job. The Bengals and the Steelers. Now, the Bengals are actually a threat. Bengals 24, Steelers 10. They're actually a threat this year. They still should have got Penei Sewell, and I'm going to talk about him in a little bit, but I see why they got Jamar Chase for the chemistry with Joe Burrow. Okay, cool. And like I said, Joe Burrow is a scary quarterback. Joe Burrow scares me. He does. The way he deciphers information is really good. You can see he's very talented in here, in the mind. So the Steelers, I don't know what they're doing. They don't have a succession plan for Ben, and it shows. It sucks. I'm sorry. Sorry, Steelers fans. Sorry, I'm not sorry, actually. Ravens 19, Lions 17. Like I said, we should be 1-2 right now. We should not have won that game. But Justin Tucker, as time rained down, he kicked a game-winning field goal. That was the longest in NFL history. Listen, the Lions are no slouches. They just lose badly. They lose bad games, man. They don't quit, though, but they a lot of times they play not to lose, and then they end up losing. That's what I've noticed these past 3 games. So I think they'll turn the corner eventually, but they're not a good organization either. So blow it up, get some new people. Now the Jets and the Broncos. The Broncos 26, Jets 0. Jets just suck. That's it. They need to blow it up too. They just need. Robert Saleh, I really hope that you turn this kid around. This kid, Zach Wilson. I thought the Jets should have picked Justin Fields over Zach Wilson anyway, and they're showing me that they probably should have. None of the rookie quarterbacks are doing good right now, but I'd rather have Justin Fields over Zach Wilson. And it just showed today. It just shows that Zach Wilson, he's not big enough for this moment. And this isn't even a hard moment. It's the Broncos. Granted, they're undefeated right now, but you got to show me something other than 0, man. Come on. The Raiders and the Dolphins. This game went into overtime. The Raiders ended up winning 31-28. Now, I'm not a fan of the Dolphins. I think they should go get Cam Newton. If the football team isn't going to get him, they might as well. I mean, what they got to lose now? I think Cam Newton will have the Dolphins, contending or trying to contend at the very least. Derek Carr showed me that he's real. He's the real deal. I'm a fan of Derek Carr. He can lead that team, and he will. He's doing it now. They're undefeated, top of the AFC West. Shout out to them. The Buccaneers and the Rams. Buccaneers lost 24-34. Now, I'm never counting out the Buccaneers in the long run, so we'll see them in the NFC Championship game probably. Against the Rams, probably. This may be a test to the future. And if they do happen, I don't see the outcome changing, though. I think the Rams are going to beat them again. The Rams are a really good team. Matthew Stafford is putting them over the top. Matthew Stafford has been a great quarterback on a very bad team all these years in Detroit. And now he's actually getting the recognition, and he's finally being able to show that he can lead a good team to the playoffs. Shout out to Matthew Stafford. I think he's going to do good this year. Let's see. The Vikings and the Seahawks. Now, the Vikings have been playing really well. They just haven't been lucky on the kicking side either. But right now, Kirk Cousins is actually playing decent ball. I'm not believing in him. I'm not taking him to take the Vikings to the playoffs. I'm not a believer in Kirk Cousins, but I will give him credit when it's due. He is playing really well. And beating the Seahawks shows that he is trying to take a next step. Granted, he should have done that years ago in his career, but he's showing that he's trying to do it. I don't think it's going to happen, though. So, that's being said, the Packers and the 49ers. The Packers won 30-28 on an amazing fourth quarter comeback by Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams. Defenses know that Rodgers is going to go to Davante Adams, yet he still comes up big in the clutch every time. How? Like, how are you going to let him get that deep in over your head? 54, I believe it was. And then again on the left-hand side? Come on, man. Y'all knew. Stop playing. That was a heartbreaker for the 49ers, man. I'm sorry. And then last game, Cowboys and the Eagles. I mean, the Cowboys just did what they had to do against a less superior team. Go up, Don't look back and beat the teams that you're supposed to beat handily. And that's what the Cowboys did. Shout out to the Cowboys. They're looking real good this year. All right, so week 4, starting on Thursday, the Jaguars and the Bengals. I got the Bengals winning this game pretty handily, so I'm going to say maybe 35-10. I don't believe in the Jaguars, I'm sorry. Like I said, Joe Burrow was that guy. Titans and the Jets. The Jets are definitely losing this game, probably 25-3. Sorry. Not a believer, Jets. Got to show me. Lions and the Bears. Lions are getting their first win of the year this year. I believe the Lions are going to turn things around. They're not a bad team, so shout out to the Lions. I think y'all will get it this week coming up, 24-14. The Colts and the Dolphins. Now, this game, man. I think the Colts are going to get their first win. I hope Carson Wentz tries to turn it around and play, well. Probably, I hope Quentin Nelson comes back, the best guard in the league. So, yeah, it's just a lot of hope, but nonetheless, I think they're going to pull it out. I think that's going to be a low-scoring game, 17-14. Browns and the Vikings. Now, I think the Vikings are going to upset the Browns this week. Like I said, I think the Browns are scary, don't get me wrong, but the Vikings, I think they're trying to play for something. I hope Dalvin Cook can play. If he does, they're definitely winning this game. So I think they're going to win in a close one, 33-30. Next game is going to be the Seahawks and the 49ers, and the 49ers are going to win this game. The Seahawks are on a downward spiral, even though I still believe in them to make the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to win this game. They're going to go 1-3. It's going to be tough, but I think they'll make the playoffs. The 49ers are going to beat them probably 27-24. Cardinals and the Rams. Game of the week right here. They should move this to Sunday night, honestly. But anyway, I got the Rams winning this game 30-13. I think the defense is going to be too much for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. So, yeah, the Rams are legit. They're the real deal. Steelers and the Packers. I got the Packers winning this easily, 40-14. This isn't going to be a contest at all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry, Steelers fans, but the Packers are going to destroy y'all this week. It is what it is. Ravens and the Broncos. Now, this is I don't know. The Broncos are playing really well, but they've got injuries. KJ Hamler just got on injured reserve. Bradley Chubb still hurt. And, we're hurt too, nonetheless. But I think it's going to be a good game. I got the Ravens winning 20-17. I think that's going to be relatively low scoring too. The Buccaneers and the Patriots. Oh, Tom Brady's about to throw for 505 touchdowns against his old team, the Patriots. This is about to be like 40-3. I think this is going to be bad. Sorry, Mac Jones, but this is going to be bad for you. Raiders and Chargers. I got the Raiders winning this game. No, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. So I think this is going to be like 45-42, like that type of high-scoring game. They're going to go back and forth, and I think the Raiders are going to win it on like a last-second field goal or something like that. I think it's going to be a terrific game. Washington versus the Falcons. I think Taylor Heineke and the football team are going to pull this one out. Maybe, I think it's going to be like really low-scoring, like 10-3. 10-7, something like that. I don't know. I don't like any of these teams right here. Not like having a personal, dislike for them. I just don't like the way their offense is. I really don't. Texans and Bills. The Bills are winning this game easily, probably 50-13. This is going to be bad too. The Saints and the Giants. I think the Saints are going to win this game, but I think James is going to have a kind of rough, game. So I'm going to say probably 20-15, 20-12, something like that. The Chiefs and the Eagles. I think this is going to be a low-key, pretty good game, but a good game into the third quarter. The Chiefs are going to chief, and they're going to probably blow them out in the fourth quarter, score like 20-something extra points. So it'll be like 40, I'll say 41-20 again, something like that. 41-21-ish, around there. Panthers and the Cowboys. That's a really good game. That is a really good game. I'm gonna say the Cowboys win this one, and I'm gonna say they're gonna win 30-28. I think it's gonna be close, kind of mid-scoring game, but the Cowboys will pull it out. I kind of like the Cowboys this year, so let's see if they prove me right. So the takeaways from Week 3 from Pro Football Impact. So takeaways from Week 3 are: I didn't think McVay and Stafford would be this good this fast. Honestly, I did. I thought this was a match made in heaven. Somebody likes to throw it down the field. Sean McVay likes to throw it down the field. Matthew Stafford can throw it down the field. So I thought this was going to be good, from the jump. All the rookie QBs look bad this week. Please be patient. I agree. All of them look bad. Be patient. Just give this year a patient year, a red shirt year, so they can learn. Next year, we'll actually learn about the rookie quarterbacks. The Packers will be just fine this year. Rodgers is still that guy. He definitely is. I think the Packers will be fine this year as well. Just a little hiccup in the first week, no worries. Now the Packers are back to Packering. Ben is probably the 4th best quarterback in the AFC North at this point. That's true. Is he better than Joe Burrow? No. Is he better than Baker Mayfield? No. Is he better than Lamar Jackson? Hell no. So, yeah, he's number 4. I'll give him that, okay? We're still waiting for Washington defense to show up. Yes, we are. Like I said, their defense has been letting me down. What's wrong with the Washington defense? This D-line should be top 2 in the league. What's going on? Chase Young, Montez Sweat? What's going on? I love how hard the Lions play. It really feels like a new culture. I wouldn't go that far. But I do like the way that the Lions are playing. I need 3 more games to say it's a new culture. Come on, Pro Football Impact. Come on. Cousins is the sneaky MVP candidate if the Vikings win enough games. Yeah, like I said, he hasn't even thrown an interception this year. He's been playing really good football. But they just been losing because of the kicker. The defense is great. 10 wins if Winston cuts down the bad turnovers. Winston is a guy that will try anything. He'll try to do anything. And that can be at a fault sometimes. So, 10 wins if he cuts down the turnovers. Will he go 10-7? Yeah, I'll buy it. Okay, yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy 10-7. Frank Wright's red zone offense gets worse and worse every week. By the Colts. Yeah, I'll buy that too. I don't understand why they're not scoring in the red zone. They go for it on 4th down. Sometimes they don't get it. And they just don't have any good plays in the red zone. Yeah, I'll buy that too. Wake up call for Kansas City. The division won't be a cakewalk this year. It sure won't. The Raiders are playing well. The Chargers are playing well. The Broncos are undefeated. Listen, this division ain't a cakewalk. Come on, Chiefs. I know they're going to come back and win this division for sure. But it ain't like the old times. It ain't just a guaranteed division win. You gotta go out and earn it, Kansas City. And I think they will, though. And that is it for my podcast today. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching, however you got this podcast. I really appreciate you listening and watching. And, whatever the case may be, send me some more stuff I can put in my podcast. If you made it all this way through both parts, thank you so much. If you just watched the sports section, go ahead and listen to the first half. Some good stuff in the first half too. No worries. But yeah, like I said, I really appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in, watching. Take care.